Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I decided to make for the Halloween Boo Bash Open Invite Challenge. That is being hosted by my sweet friend Michelle over at Michelle's Cozy Home. This is also being co-hosted by Ieleen from The Hearts, and she is covering the craft side. And I am the co-host on the foodie side, which I'm very excited about because I am definitely a foodie. And I love fall food, baking, all that good stuff. So when I started thinking about what it was that I wanted to make for this, my mind first went to pumpkin because obviously you think about pumpkin when you think of fall baking. But then I thought what I really think about when it comes to Halloween especially is candy corn. I love candy corn. I always say people either love it or hate it. I'm definitely in the love group and I eat a ton of candy corn this time of year. So I wanted to make something that incorporated candy corn in it in some way. And so I decided to make a candy corn bundt cake. But before I get into that, I just want to mention that I will have Michelle and Eileen's channels linked down below. Please go check both of them out. And I will also have the playlist linked down below where everyone that's going to be participating in this will have their videos. So if you want to see different videos on fall and Halloween crafts and food, definitely go check out that playlist. So for what you're going to need to make this, you're going to need, first off, 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Here is 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, and that is 1.5 cups of brown sugar. And here I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Over here, I've got 1.5 cups of softened butter. You want your butter softened. And then this is 8 ounces of cream cheese, which you also want softened or at room temperature. That is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And there I've got a 1/4 cup of milk and 6 eggs. You're also gonna need some food coloring, yellow and red, to color your cake batter. As for the glaze that I'm gonna be making, I'm gonna be using some candy corn and some heavy whipping cream. And then I'll probably use some of these pumpkins along with the candy corn to kind of decorate the cake. But that is what you're gonna need to make this. First step is getting your oven preheating to 325. So I've got that going. And then now I'm gonna take my butter and I'm going to toss it in the mixer here. And this isn't quite as softened as I would like it to be, but it's gonna work hopefully. So I've got my butter in there. Now I'm gonna add in my cream cheese. And I'm gonna just mix the 2 of these together until they are well combined. Okay, I've got those mixed together well. So now I'm gonna add in my sugars. And I'm gonna mix this all together for about 3 or 4 minutes until it starts to get kind of light and fluffy. And while that's mixing together, I'm gonna take my salt and my baking powder, add it to my flour, and I'm gonna stir that together real well. Okay, that's what that is looking like right now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to slowly beat in my eggs. I'm gonna do them one at a time until, well, I'm gonna mix it until that yolk you no longer see. So I'm gonna do these eggs one at a time and then I will be back. Okay, I've got those eggs mixed in well. Now I'm gonna add in my vanilla and mix that in. Now I'm gonna take about 1/3 of this flour, salt, and baking powder mixture and I'm gonna put that in there and mix that up. Now I'm gonna pour in half my milk and then I'm gonna mix that. And then I'm gonna follow it with another half of the flour mixture, followed by the remaining milk and then the remaining flour. All right, I've got that all mixed together. Now I'm gonna take a Bundt pan here and I am going to spray it really well with this Baker's Joy. Then I'm gonna take my batter here and I'm gonna pour roughly a third of this into the bottom of this Bundt pan. Like that. And now I'm going to take another third of this and I'm going to dye it orange with my food coloring. I've got about a third of my batter here and I don't do a whole lot of food color using, so I'm going to kind of have to wing this with getting my orange color. So I'm just going to start out with about couple drops of red and like 6 drops of yellow. See what that does. All right, here's what I ended up with. I ended up adding more, so I used a total of 36 yellow and 12 red, and it's probably still not orange enough, but I'm gonna call it good at this point. So now I'm gonna take this and I'm going to just, as evenly as I can, pour this on top of the white batter. And I'm gonna kind of try to smooth that out just a little bit. And I'm realizing now that I probably should have made more orange. I don't feel like that's a whole lot of orange. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside for now. And now I'm gonna take my remaining batter and I'm gonna dye this yellow, and I will just come back and let you know how many drops that took, because again, I have no idea. We're just gonna start out with like, I don't know, 12 and go from there. So I'll be back once I get this yellow. All right. I'm gonna call that yellow enough, and that took like 36 drops of food coloring, which I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with it, so I don't know what's normal, but that seems like a lot of food coloring. So I'm gonna take this now, and then I'm gonna pour this evenly into my Bundt pan on top of the orange. I'm gonna just smooth this out in here the best I can. Okay, I've got that ready to go in the oven at 325 for about 80 to 85 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out clean. So I will be back once this is baked. Okay, I baked this for just over 80 minutes. It's looking done, so I took it out. And now I'm gonna let it rest for about 20 before I try to pop it out of this pan. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes and I plopped it out on a plate here and it came out pretty well. There's a few little spots that it stuck, but not too bad. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make my glaze for this, and I will show you how I do that real quick. Okay, this glaze is really simple. I am gonna just take a cup of candy corn and a half cup of heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to just heat these on a low heat and just kind of continually stir these until those candy corns start to melt and this whipping cream and the candy corn make a nice little glaze together. So I'm gonna let this heat for a little bit, and then like I said, I'm just gonna continually stir this until I get that glaze, and then I will be back. All right, this is looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the heat now and pour it on my cake. So I'm just gonna drizzle this right on here. Okay, I've got that poured on there. Now I'm gonna just kind of dump some candy corn on the top of this, sprinkle it, I should say, and then put some pumpkins. Show those pumpkins, the bag. Got some of There you go. Got some of those little rocks pumpkins too. I'm gonna just kind of put those on the bottom. Sprinkle more candy corn on the bottom. Okay, and that is what it is looking like. A little bit messy down here with the glaze, but I don't know. I think it turned out pretty cute. So I will go ahead and cut into this, and then we can see what it looks like inside. Okay, so let's cut into this and see what it looks like inside. Okay, here is a piece cut out. And then here's the inside. And now my hubby, are you gonna try a bite?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Now we've had this bundt cake as a base before. I do pretty much all my bundt cakes with this vanilla bundt cake base. Is it good?
Yeah. Let me get a little more glaze on there. If you're diabetic, you need to stay away from this.
I was gonna say there's a lot of sugar in this cake.
I mean, it's really good. I mean, the bundt cake's wonderful, and the glaze is good.
But it's sweet.
I've unfortunately ate too many candy pumpkins.
Oh, before this?
Yeah, so
oh, okay.
I'm a little sugar overloaded. I mean, that cake is wonderful.
Okay. So good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Awesome for a Halloween party.
Yeah, I thought it would turn out cute. I think it did turn out pretty cute. We got kind of a mess down here with this glaze. Probably didn't need as much glaze as I made, but that's okay. But there you have it. That is what I made for the Boo Bash. Like I said, I will have Michelle and Eileen's channels linked down below. Please go check them out, and please go check out the playlist that is going to be down below too, to see what everyone else is doing as far as food and crafts for fall and Halloween. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.